Righty guys, welcome to episode number 5 of the FVT Trading Bootcamp. Today's one, it's just me and the camera, me and you guys speaking. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. But I wanted today to talk about setting realistic goals and having realistic expectations when it comes to trading. Now, I fell victim. I fell victim to the Lambo lifestyle, to the let me quit my job in 6 months, to the I'm going to be making 10K a month in 2-3 months. And here's the truth and here's the reality. You may think you're special, and I thought I was special. I thought that I was different to 99% of people, but I was wrong, and you are probably wrong if you think that in 1, 2, 3 months you're going to be making 10K a month. And that's just the harsh reality. Like, I'm sure some people do it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the chance of that happening is rare. So instead of setting unrealistic goals, take a step back and really think of your why. Like, what is your reason or reasons? What are your reasons? What's your why? You know, for me at the time, I'm working full time, I'm working overtime. But for me, my why is to provide for myself, to provide for my loved ones, but also more so is just to have more freedom and more ability to do things that I want to do, to invest, to get into other things, other avenues like property, whatnot. That was my why, and it is still my why. You know, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for my partner, I'm doing this for people around me, but also for myself and for more freedom. Now, everyone's different. You might have kids, or you might have, you know, certain goals that you want to achieve through trading. But I think it's really important to have realistic goals to start, so that way you're not led astray. You have to be trading from a position where you don't need the money. So for example, if you get into trading, you're already in a bad financial position, and just trust me on this, it's going to be very hard to succeed, and your journey to profitability is going to take longer. I get it. A lot of people come into trading because they're looking for that extra bit of money, and so was I. You get to a point where you can get that, but unfortunately, quitting the job early, leaving a full-time job, a part-time job, in my opinion, is not the best thing to do to start off with. And we'll talk more about that. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but just from what I've learned over the last 2.5 years. So for me, if I look back, I started in May 2023. So it's been about 2.5 years now, right? I thought in my head that by the end of the year, I'd quit my full-time job. I'd be making 10, 20K a month. Did it happen? No. Did I even pass an account by that point? No. It took me, I think, about 8 or 9 months to pass an account and get a payout, guys. 8 or 9 months. And a lot of people have been doing it for 6, 7 months and think that they're going to quit. If you're going to quit after 6 months, you're going to quit. If you don't have the mindset to keep going, if you don't have the why as to why you want to keep going, you are going to quit, and do it. If that's going to be the case, if you can't sustain yourself for at least a year or at least 2 years and have that why in the back of your head, if you don't have that why, you're going to quit, and you will, and someone will. Someone watching this video, or you might know someone. I know many people that I learned with originally who now are just not trading anymore. You know, you learn with them, they learn for about 2-3 months, and that's it. And that's reality. I think a lot of people, they come in with the wrong perception and they're misguided. Their mindset coming in is, oh, let me make money, let me quit my job straight away. In 2-3 months, let me quit my job. What happens? 2 to 3 months rolls around, they're not in the position they thought they'd be in, so they give up. And maybe it's weak-minded people, but maybe it's the fact that, look, if you start from a point that's unrealistic and you set yourself unrealistic goals, unattainable goals that are very rare to attain, right? Could happen, but rare. You're setting yourself up for a very hard time. So what is achievable? What should you then focus on? What should I have focused on? Learning, like being a student to the market, you know? Even now for me, guys, trading, I perform my best when I'm not thinking about the money. I perform my best when I'm not trying to top my previous month. The curve or the graph of trading, it's not like this, right? It's like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, like that. But it's moving up overall. It's like a wave. It's like a trending wave. So you can have, you know, highs, you can have lows. You're going to have periods that feel so bad that you want to quit. But your why needs to be important. Number one, what is your why? For me, it was my partner, myself, family, and also providing more freedom. And for investments, that's my why. Everyone's different in terms of their why. Once you've got your why, write it down, or at least think of that every single time you're placing a trade, every single time you're in the market. That is the reason why you're doing this. So if you quit, there's zero chance of you attaining that why. And that was my big thing. I did it for 8-9 months before I saw any kind of success. And yeah, there was nights where I said to myself, well, is it going to work? You know, am I going to succeed? But here's a really funny thing. I kept going. The only reason I kept going is because if I didn't keep going, then I knew my outcome. I knew my outcome where I was working. I knew exactly what I'd look like in 30, 40 years. And I knew it's not necessarily what I wanted to do fully. So because of that, I had no choice. And in my head, that's the decision, conscious decision I made. I had no choice. I had no choice to quit. Because if I quit, then I'd be doing the same thing. And I'd be more unhappy. And I'd be in a position that is not as financially stable. And I'd be in a mindset where I'd be in a quitter's mindset. But you've got to start with that realistic goal and realistic why. What is attainable for most people? I mean, a lot of people, yeah, I know some people that can pass accounts in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That is attainable. I think going with a mentor or watching this YouTube channel, watching this bootcamp series can actually fast track how you learn and the time taken to get a payout. However, what I can't fast track, even as a mentor, even if I privately coach you or, free coach you here on YouTube, what I can't change is you. And what I mean by that, the essence of your personality, your psychology, your grit, your determination. I cannot change that. And a lot of people think that they can, watch a video like this and it's going to change their life, right? It's not going to. You need to watch these videos and put into action. Having a goal, right? Say you start trading now, you're watching this, you've just started. Having a goal that you're going to pass an account, I don't think is a good goal to start. Your goal should be to learn the markets as best as possible for the rest of the year. That should be your goal. Come from a place of learning, not from a place of profits. Come from a place of profits later on. That'll come, right? That'll come as a byproduct. But if you focus on the process of learning and that is your goal, if my only goal is to get better at what I do, I'm going to make money. And the same for you guys. If your goal is to get better at what you do, you are going to make money. If your goal is to make money, you probably won't. And I've been victim to that. I've chased profits, trying to make bigger months after bigger months. And what happens? You blow up. You go back down here. And so what I realized is this. You got to have a why. You got to have realistic goals. But the goals initially should be learning. And even once you've gotten a payout or passed an account, it should be learning. Now, after that, I want you to realize, and for those that are still here, I want you to realize that you should not compare yourself to other people. But what should you do? You should compare yourself to your version of yourself from 6 months ago. And you're going to see yourself improve, right? If you're comparing yourself to other people, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage and you're going to find it very, very hard. And it's extremely tricky now with social media. Everywhere on social media, you got this person making 10K, this person making 20. This, you might even see me and go, oh, I want to be like Ruben. I understand that. But don't worry about what I do. Don't worry about what the next person does. Worry about yourself. And I want that to be fully blunt. Worry about yourself because you are the person and I'm the person that presses the button. I'm the person that's going to determine if I make money, not you. And the same for you, right? Guys and girls watching this, you are the people that are going to determine if you make money or not. I'm not clicking the button for you. No other mentor or person on social media is clicking that button for you. You are clicking the button. So why let other people's, content impact the way you trade and your goal setting? Now, on top of that, I'm in a completely different position than you watching this video. You're in a different position to the next person. Someone might have children. Someone else might not. Someone might work full-time, part-time. Someone might still live at home. Someone might still have a mortgage. Someone might have debt. Someone might have this. There's 100 things that could be different between you and the next person. So why are you trying to compare yourself to the other person? Very silly, right? And so when you set goals and realistic goals, this is what the whole lesson's about. You need to appreciate that your goals are individual to you. So if it takes you 6 months or 12 months to pass an account, it takes you 6 months or 12 months. Who cares if that next person has been doing it for 2 and they're making 10K? Good on them. Don't be jealous. Congratulate and move on. It's not you. I saw many people when I was learning, many people that were in a better position than I was financially. Many. And there still is. There still are. It's always going to be like that. There's always going to be someone here and someone here. There's always a worse off position. There's always a better position. So stop trying to compare yourself to different levels, to different people. Put yourself in a realistic standpoint, realistic, situation. So you got to have your why, you got to have realistic goals. Your goals should be to learn not to make profits. And then once you've made profits and you can slowly scale up, or once you've passed an eval, then yes, make it a goal to pass another one. But ultimately, day by day, your goal is to follow your rules. Those are your goals, to follow your rules, to follow your system, and to put in the work behind the scenes, to put in the data collection, to be confident in the system that you trade. Does that make sense? So I think a lot of people come into this, and it's very unfortunate. They come in and they think that it's going to make them rich, or not even rich, but they think that's going to get them out of a dark place financially very quickly. And if that's you, I'd think again. You know, you need money, unfortunately, to make money in trading. And that's what I've also realized. The big players, and I'm not going to name any names, but the big players on social media, I'm not one of them. They have a lot of money and they invest that money to make more money. And the same goes for any big investor. Think of Warren Buffett. Think of anyone. They've got a lot of money and they can make a lot of money. So don't compare yourself on their scale either, because they've got 20, 50, 100 times more capital than you or I. And as a result, they're going to make 20, 50, or 100 times more per month or per week. That's really important. So you need to be in a position when you're starting to trade where you don't need the money. And if you do, I would rethink trading. I would take time to focus on the financial aspect of your life, to still work. Don't quit your job. Work. If you can work full-time or part-time, whatever it is for you, and trade, do it. Right? I still work for my family business. I still help them out. And why is it the case? Because I like doing it, or I enjoy my job there, and I like helping out family, and it gives me diversity and it's more stability. Trading for me has always been about increasing my income, not necessarily cutting one and replacing with the other. Maybe down the track, but at the moment it's increasing my income. And for me, because my why is investments and property and my partner and whatnot, because my why are those things, this is the best method for me. And for a lot of people, it's the same. A lot of people, and I was guilty of that. Like I said, I'm going to quit my job. Yep, I'm just going to use trading as my income. I could do that now. I could live off my trading income, but would I really feel good, like deep down? Probably not. And why is it the case? Because I wouldn't be satisfied based on my why and based on my goal. So everyone's got a different goal. Everyone's got a different why. And that's just how it all kind of ties together. There's no rush, guys. You can spend 6 months on demo. You can save up enough money to, buy an eval if it takes 6 months to 12 months. The market's always going to be here. Don't be in a rush. If you're in a rush, guess what's going to happen? If you're in a rush to make money, that money is also in a rush to leave you. Quick money doesn't stay. It does not stay, right? If you're in a rush to make money, the money will be in a rush to leave you. And that's the last thing I want to leave you guys on. Until next time, we'll talk very soon. Keep at it, keep grinding, but have realistic goals. Write down your why or your reasons why you're trading, and that will carry you through the hardest times. Until next time, guys, have a great week. Peace out.